All right. Well, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. We're at the top of the hour, so why don't we go ahead and get started. My name is Dan Hammer, and as you can see, hopefully everyone can see by my screen, we want to talk about creating profits through nitric oxide therapy. Next week, we're going to look at creating profits through microbiome research. And basically, there's two core strategies for building your Synergy business, given the types of products that Synergy Worldwide offers us. I'm sure that you could figure out some other strategies in terms of their product mix, but these would be the two core that we would suggest to people. These are the two core strategies that I use and most of the people that I know of in Synergy Worldwide use. We've been doing nitric oxide therapy for a long period of time since ProArgi-9 Plus has come on the marketplace in 2008. We've refined that strategy. And so what I want to do today is I want to show you that if you decide to use nitric oxide therapy as one of your core marketing strategies, two things. One, how you can create profits for yourself. And secondly, how you can create your business story to be able to share with other people so that they could also create profits through nitric oxide therapy. And when you look at this, I've got a little bit kind of a chart. I use this personally to help guide me in my business plan. And today what I want to do is I want to go through nitric oxide market, inventory needs for ProArgi-9 Plus, and how to increase your profits. And when you look at your nitric oxide market, I look at, there's two basic markets for nitric oxide therapy. There's cardiovascular health concerns and there's athletic performance. And depending upon how you want to market nitric oxide therapy, you really need to decide whether you're going to focus on cardiovascular health concerns, whether you're going to focus on athletic performance, or you could focus on both of them. But whichever market you're looking at, there's certain dynamics. And it's really important to understand those dynamics because it will help you hone your message to the market. So for example, on cardiovascular health concerns, that market is men and women age 45 and older. Maybe you'll occasionally get someone in their 20s or 30s who are interested in this area, but that's not your market. Your market is to talk to people who are 45 and older because they're the ones that are most likely experiencing some level of cardiovascular concern. It applies to all ethnic communities, so it crosses all economic and cultural barriers so that you don't need to worry. Every person who's 45 and older, doesn't matter their ethnic community, they're a potential candidate for nitric oxide therapy because they're most likely have some heart disease, diabetic complications, cardiovascular disease, cognitive function issues, cholesterol concerns, ED or sexual health issues, wound healing, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, as part of that community that either they or someone that they know or a loved one is dealing with. If you're going to focus on the athletic performance community, then your age range drops dramatically. We're looking at men and women aged 25 and older. Again, it applies to all ethnic communities. And we're looking at people who have sports and athletic pursuits. For the professional athlete or for the semi-pro athlete or for the athletes that are competing at high levels, understanding that what you offer them in nitric oxide therapy is completely legal will make sense to them. For a person who's just what I call a weekend warrior, that completely legal aspect doesn't make any difference to them because they're not competing where they potentially might have to go through testing. But for the highly trained athletes who are competing at a high level, some of them have to go through drug testing. Because they can't use performance-enhancing drugs and give them an opportunity to have a leg up on their competition. Here in nitric oxide therapy, it's completely legal. And this whole program of nitric oxide therapy is designed to do three things: help them improve their training so that they can increase their performance and have faster recovery, whether it be faster recovery in training or faster recovery in performance. And again, you know, I have these images here, which helps me stay focused on my market and how I'm going to position my message to my market because it's all about positioning information to the people that you're marketing to create the interest for them to want to get more information from you. And again, it's about nitric oxide therapy. It's not about ProArgi-9 Plus. Everything is about nitric oxide therapy and how nitric oxide therapy can be a natural way to address these cardiovascular health concerns. Or how nitric oxide therapy can be a natural way to improve athletic performance, help an athlete improve their training, increase their performance, and have faster recovery. And when you begin to create that interest, the conversation is going to gravitate towards product. And so our product of choice and the product that we would want to have into our inventory becomes ProArgi-9 Plus. Now, understand that there are hundreds of products that athletes and people could choose from. Nitric oxide therapy, I actually hear on the radio being promoted by certain people on the radio now in national platforms of what I call radio for people to use this aspect. So nitric oxide therapy is beginning to become more and more accepted in the general population, and there's two primary pathways for it. We believe, at least I believe, that the most effective pathway is what's called the L-arginine pathway, and I believe that L-arginine, that pathway is best served by ProArgi-9 Plus. So one of the things that you want to have is your unique selling positions. Why? If you've created the interest in nitric oxide therapy through the use of L-arginine, why would they want to use ProArgi-9 Plus? Why is ProArgi-9 Plus your product of choice, and why it should be their product of choice? And you want to be able to position unique selling positions that no one else in the industry has in relationship to nitric oxide therapy through the L-arginine pathway. So the first and foremost one is that we're the only L-arginine supplement recognized by the medical community. We've been in the physician's desk reference now for the last 4 years, and the first line quote is, ProArgi-9 Plus is the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world. So it's having the recognition of the medical community. Second, we are the only clinically proven L-arginine supplement in the marketplace. We're clinically proven to produce higher levels of nitric oxide than L-arginine alone, and we're also clinically proven to prevent vascular inflammation. Now, if you want to understand the two specific ways, then you'll need to educate yourself in that area. Usually people don't ask. So you just need to understand that these are the two areas that ProArgi-9 Plus is clinically proven in. Higher and more rapid increases of nitric oxide than L-arginine alone, and the ability to prevent vascular inflammation. The third unique selling position is quality assurance standards. There's 262 verified quality assurance standards that go into the manufacturing of ProArgi-9 Plus, so that I know that you, as a consumer, are going to get good results, and that they're reproducible results, so that if you order from me in the future, or whether you order from Synergy Worldwide, every time that you order ProArgi-9 Plus, you're always going to get the same reproducible results, which is a common problem in the industry. Now, if you need to have further backup to help them, then it's important for people to understand that we are owned by Nature Sunshine Products. So it's manufactured at the Nature Sunshine Products facility in Spanish Fork, Utah. Some people will have no inkling what Nature Sunshine Products is. But for people in like the Hispanic community, Nature Sunshine Products is a big deal. Knowing that Synergy Worldwide is owned by Nature Sunshine Products and have their products made by Nature Sunshine brings incredible credibility to ProArgi-9 Plus and Synergy Worldwide. Now, you may want to help justify why this facility is better than others. It's an FDA audited facility. Most people will recognize FDA. I've had many people ask me, well, are your products recommended by the FDA? So the answer is no, because these are nutritional supplements. However, our facility is FDA audited, so that all the standards that go into an FDA licensed or approved product, all those manufacturing guidelines are in place for Synergy Worldwide through Nature Sunshine Products. We're also NSF certified. I'm noticing that on some commercials for nutritional supplements, they're now beginning to promote the NSF certification. And then we're also TGA certified. Again, here in the United States, TGA certification means nothing, but over in Europe, TGA certification is a huge deal. If you're TGA certified, then people over in Europe understand that your product absolutely meets all the highest standards set. That's the Therapeutic Goods Administration of Australia. And then the last unique selling position is that we have a 120-day money-back guarantee. Here in the United States, anything that they purchase from Synergy Worldwide has a 120-day money-back guarantee on the cost of their initial product order. Now, that doesn't include their registration fee if they join Synergy Worldwide, or if they're just a customer, it doesn't include the shipping and handling fee. But the cost of the product is guaranteed for 120 days. Now, given that, from an inventory standpoint, you really need to decide how you're going to run your Synergy business. Now, for me personally, because I came out of a business, what I would call a brick and mortar building, and I understand the aspect of having inventory to be able to satisfy customer needs, that's how I basically ran my Synergy business. Now, Synergy offers us a couple platforms. You can purchase products from Synergy Worldwide to have inventory that you can then sell to people, like in a straight business, like a real business, or you can use their customer program and have people get their product directly from Synergy Worldwide. Now, I originally started just looking at this as a business, having inventory and creating my customer base and selling to my customer base. I do a blend of both of them now. So I'm going to show you how you can create profits through both of them. But like any business, you need to have some level of inventory, because when a person's ready to buy, if you don't have inventory, then they're not going to go away with product if you're seeing them on a one-on-one personal basis. If you're talking to them over the telephone, then you're not going to be able to ship them product. Or if you ship it through Synergy Worldwide, either your price points are going to have to dramatically increase, or you're not going to have the inventory to be able to service them quickly, to be able to give them what I call customer service. One of the differentiating aspects to your Synergy business versus other Synergy distributors, as well as one of your differentiating aspects in terms of your business compared to someone else's business, is all in customer service. Picking up the phone, talking to people, helping them properly implement the product into their lifestyle, being there to answer questions, having product and inventory to be able to get them started when they want to get started. All those things go into what I call customer service. Customer service will differentiate you from the rest of the competition and will create for you loyal customers who become clients, who then refer other people to you to help you grow your Synergy business. So from an inventory standpoint, I know that there are 3 flavoring systems for ProArgi Plus. We have citrus berry, we have grape, we have mixed berry. My suggestion for a new distributor, or if you decide to go down this pathway, is for you to have your inventory in mixed berry. And the reason for that is because, one, it's the most popular of the 3. Secondly, most people on citrus berry don't like the fact that it's a combination of xylitol and sucralose. It's not the xylitol that turns them off, but it's the sucralose as an artificial sweetener. Now, for some people, they don't care. But a lot of people do care about that. And then the other reason for not having grape is because grape price pointing is about $6 higher per canister or box than what the mixed berry is. So from a profit standpoint, although I like the grape, it's the mixed berry that I promote because I'm looking at my profit margin. You know, that's a big profit margin of $6 a canister to give away. So I just focus on having the mixed berry. And my suggestion would be to decide whether you want to either do boxes only, canisters only, or a combination of both. Now, I originally started with just canisters only. And now I stock both the boxes and the canisters so that I have both of them in stock, because I have clients that like the canisters, but I have other clients that travel. And the single-serve sticks are what serves them the best. So I carry both of those as part of my inventory. And then you definitely want to have some jumbo jars in your inventory. And I'll show you in a little bit why. Now, from that standpoint, how do we increase profits? Because if you're going to run a synergy business, you need to run it like a real business. And a real business needs to make a profit. Without profit, you won't stay in business. And without profit, you can't grow your business. So you want to make sure that you have a business that creates profits. Now, a couple items to note. The pricing structure that I'm going to show you is my recommendation. You can certainly adjust the pricing according to what you believe will work best in your market. The other thing is, selling on Amazon and eBay is not permitted. And if you get caught, then Synergy is going to terminate your Synergy account. However, that being said, there are distributors who are selling on these two platforms. And because of that, it sets a pricing pressure. So the pricing pressure, or the pricing structure that I'm going to recommend, is designed to offset this and at the same time allow you to be successful in creating profit. And I know that it works because it works. I've experienced. I do not lose when I'm talking to a person. I maybe lose 1 out of 10 to an Amazon or eBay account. So that means that I'm usually 90% successful, even though the pricing points that I'm going to show you are slightly higher than Amazon and eBay, because the difference is customer service. The ability for that person, as you're talking to them and as you meet their needs and answer their questions and properly position pricing in front of them, they buy. And then again, I would recommend that you sell canisters or boxes with jumbo jars so that you can create two streams of income through those types of inventory. Now, when I position information in front of people, I only give them 4 purchasing options. There are certainly more than these available from Synergy worldwide, but I just focus on 4 pricing options. I focus on 1 canister, 2 canisters, 3 canisters, and the jumbo jar. And I use a $55 price point to start with. Now, for David Munoz in the Hispanic community, his merchants that he's working with are using $60 as their starting point. Again, both of them work. David's been highly successful in the Hispanic community, being able to use a $60 price point because people are buying from local merchants and they are extremely successful. Some of those local merchants are going through a 48-pack on a monthly basis. Some of them are actually going through 2 48-packs on a monthly basis. It's a nice profit margin that they've created for themselves through nitric oxide therapy to address health concerns in the Hispanic community, especially cardiovascular health concerns. Now, as I go through this, I'll show you my price pointing and what I say to a person when they call me on the telephone. To establish some level of price pointing, you'd most likely want to buy the 12-pack from Synergy Worldwide, either 12 boxes or 12 canisters of Mixed Berry ProArgi-9 Plus. That's how I initially started. Now I don't buy 12 packs, I buy 48 packs because it lowers my price point by $3 a unit. So I would rather make that. But for a new person coming in, to do a 48-pack is a substantial financial investment in their business, whereas a 12-pack is a investment in their business. But look, if you're looking to run a business, I can tell you from a franchising standpoint, this is peanuts. compared to what you would pay in a franchising business to establish a brick and mortar franchising business or to open up your own business and having some level of inventory. This is peanuts compared to what you would pay for other programs. So 12 boxes or canisters would be $450 plus tax and shipping and sales tax. The variable factor is sales tax. Here in Illinois, nutritional supplements are considered to be food, so the sales tax here is 1.75. If I was in Florida, the sales tax would be 0 in most communities. If I was in California, the sales tax would be close to 10% for most communities. So that adds an increased cost. So you'll need to adjust your price point based upon the sales tax factor so that you can recoup your sales tax when you sell to people. Now, for illustration purposes, I'm just using what I use here in Illinois. So my cost for 12 is $4.68, and if you divide that by 12, my cost per unit on a 12-pack is $39 a unit. So when a person calls me on the telephone and they've seen my videos, that's my marketing strategy. There's, our call this morning is not designed to teach you marketing strategies. Our call this morning is designed to show you how you can create profit. So when a person, whether they call me on the telephone or whether I was sitting down with them and we got to, okay, so how much is this going to cost me? Well, let me give you 4 options. Option number 1 would be a 30-serving canister because the ProArgi Plus comes in 2 size containers. It comes in 30-serving canisters or it comes in this large container called a jumbo jar. That large container is 180 servings. So the big jumbo jar is equal to 6 of the small canisters. And I buy this in bulk from Synergy so that I can pass my savings on to you. If you do 1 30-serving canister, your price would be $55. I don't charge anything for shipping or sales tax. If you do 2 canisters, your total would be $100, which is a $10 savings. If you decide that you want to get 3 canisters, your total would be $135, which is a $30 savings. And if you decide to opt for that jumbo jar, that would run you $235. So which of those 4 options is best for you? And then once I say that last question, I shut up. And I let them tell me which option works best for them. And that option is going to fit into typically 3 canisters, sometimes 2 canisters, sometimes 1 canister, and sometimes the jumbo jar. But I position the information so that I give them their 4 choices, and then I allow them to make the choice that works best for them. I don't try and upgrade them. If they choose 1 canister, I don't try and say, well, a better value, a better deal would be that jumbo jar or the 3 canisters. I don't do that. I just let them make their choice based upon their needs, and then it's my job to make sure that they get the product, have a good experience on the product, because if they have a good experience on the product, I then have won them over as a long-term customer who will then typically move to the 3 canister program or the jumbo jar. Now, as you can see by that table, not looking at the jumbo jars, because I'm going to show you that completely separate in terms of what your profit margins are on the jumbo jar. But on that table, if they choose 1, 2, or 3 canisters or 1, 2, or 3 boxes, looking at my price point and my cost, my net profit ranges from $16 to $22, depending upon which option they choose. My goal is to make sure that I have at least 12 client sales per month. Now, I certainly have scaled that beyond 12 clients, but if you're starting this out or you're working with a new distributor who wants to use nitric oxide therapy as part of their strategy for creating their profits in Synergy worldwide, then have them set a goal to achieve 12 client sales per month. If you do that, then you can see that if they consistently are doing 12 client sales per month, that's going to create for themselves a net profit somewhere between $2,300 to $3,100 for the year. So, as you can see, on a monthly basis, about $200 to $250 on a monthly basis. If you begin to understand how you can increase that profit margin by also having jumbo jars in stock, because some people will opt for a jumbo jar because it is the best value available to them, then you want to take advantage of Synergy Worldwide's what they call the Jumbo Jar Plus One. Now, in Synergy Worldwide, we can buy a jumbo jar for $235. Or, for $5 more, we can buy what's called the Jumbo Jar Plus One. The jumbo jar, 180 servings, plus a box of single-serve sticks, 30 individually wrapped sticks in that box, for a total of 210 servings. So for $240, plus tax and shipping and sales tax, shipping and handling, I can get a box for $5 more. That, to me, is the smarter way of going about doing things. Because what happens is you want to buy this 2 at a time. You buy 2 jumbo jar plus 1 of mixed berry. So you're getting 2 jumbo jars of mixed berry plus 2 boxes of single serves, and you're buying them 2 at a time because the sales tax may go up, but the shipping and handling is the same for both of them, meaning that there's no increase in shipping and handling. If I buy 1, it's the same amount as if I buy 2. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that shipping and handling and I'm spreading that cost over 2, basically 4 units. Now, what I do then, and again, looking at what it costs me here in Illinois, when I order 2 jumbo jar plus 1s of mixed berry, my cost is $4.98 to my door. That includes my sales tax here in Illinois plus my shipping and handling from Synergy Worldwide. So that means that my cost for a jumbo jar plus 1 is $2.49. And what do? I then price point the jumbo jar for $2.35. Now, for David, for his merchants in the Hispanic community, they price point the jumbo jar at $2.49. They use the jumbo jar to offset their costs completely for the jumbo jar plus 1. Now, I personally don't do that. I do $2.35. Again, I'm showing you what I do. You need to make your adjustments according to what you believe will work best for you and the community that you're in. Now, when I do that, I've recouped the cost of my jumbo jar. If I sell that jumbo jar for $2.35, I've recouped the cost of that jumbo jar expense, and my cost on a box of mixed berry went from $39 a unit to $14. That means that if I sell it at $55, my net profit went from $16 to $41. That's a nice, healthy net profit. Now, for those in the Hispanic community, when they sell that jumbo jar for $2.49, that means that that box of single-serve sticks is free. And if they sell it for $60, they've made a $60 profit margin on that one box. Now that they understand this program, David has seen a great increase in jumbo jar plus 1 sales in his organization because the merchants are seeing how they can take customers who are coming back and buying 3 boxes or canisters at a time are now converting to their jumbo jar. And they're recouping the cost of the jumbo jar plus 1, and they've got a box that they're selling to other people for $60 net profit. When you do this, you need to understand that Synergy has what's called the Elite Rebate Program. The Elite Rebate Program is part of our compensation plan from Synergy Worldwide, which means that if your threshold, if your volume on your tracking center 1, that volume on your tracking center 1 is determined by your monthly auto ship, determined by your personal orders, and determined by your customer orders. Anything that's above 150 CV of volume here in the United States, you get paid a 25% commission. Now, if I'm buying 2 jumbo jar plus 1 The CV value of that is 170 times 2, so that order would have a CV value of 340. If it's my first order of the month, regardless of whether, if you don't even have to be on auto ship for this. If that's my first order for the month, then I've put 340 CV on my account. I subtract the 150 threshold. I'm left with 190. I get 25% of that, so I actually make $47.50 in elite rebates, in addition to the profit that I would make when I sell that box of single-serve sticks, those 2 boxes. Now, what is my goal? My goal is to move 4 jumbo jars per month. And those boxes go into my sales to my other clients, customers that I'm creating who are buying 1, 2, or 3. If I do this, then the second time in the month that I order a jumbo jar plus 1, that whole 340 CV of volume is eligible for a 25% rebate. That's $85 in elite rebates coming back to me. So if I've set a goal of selling 4 jumbo jars per month, as well as 12 client orders, and my mixed berry is going into my client orders, then what have I done? Just by selling 4 jumbo jars, plus the 4 boxes of single-serve sticks, my net profit is $296.50, almost $300 in net profit, just selling 4 jumbo jars plus the 4 boxes. Because I make $47.50 elite rebates on the first order, I make $85 in elite rebates on the second order, and I make $164 in net profit on my 4 jumbo jars. Now, if I was in the Hispanic community doing this, that would be even greater, because I would do $60 times 4, which would be $240 plus $85 plus $47.50. So their net profit would be $372.50, about $80 higher than what I'm showing you here. Now, if I had a consistent program of moving 4 jumbo jars plus 1 per month, that would create an extra $3,500 in net profit. And if I combine that with my 12 client orders, I'm now running a part-time business that's creating net profit. This is not gross revenue. This is net profit. Somewhere between $5,800 to $6,600 per year. Now, you've got a business story. You've got a business story that you can show a person how they could create anywhere from $200 to $500 in cash flow, net profit per month in their synergy business. For most people in network marketing, they never ever make that kind of money. And if you can help a person understand how to do that, then they will stay in the business because they're actually creating revenue, net profit. So they're running their business profitably as opposed to having a loss. And that's what we need to show people, how they can run a real business, be able to have real customers, be able to understand how to be able to leverage those customers to more clients, which is a whole different conversation and topic. Now, maybe you don't want to carry inventory. Again, having been in business and having to be required to carry a large amount of inventory to be able to get steep deductions on my inventory costs, or I shouldn't say steep reductions, not deductions, but steep reductions on my inventory cost, Synergy Worldwide is like a no-brainer. Now, some people have never been in business, so they don't understand. But here in Synergy Worldwide, you can have what I call controlled inventory, limited inventory. If you're buying just 12 boxes or canisters and buying 2 jumbo jars, that's a small amount of inventory. Because this is a home-based business, you've got complete control over that inventory. So any loss of inventory is on you. Whereas when I had my health club businesses, I had loss of inventory. You had to factor the cost of doing business with lost inventory, because whoever knows how it walks away, but it walks away. Here in this case, it doesn't walk away. You've got complete control over it. And when you sell, you're getting back your inventory costs. So you've got controlled inventory, but for some people who don't want to do that, then you have what Synergy calls their preferred customer program. You can have people that you've created the interest get their product directly from Synergy worldwide and not have to do anything with inventory. What I've done is I've used my inventory to create my clients. Now, for some of my clients, they like the Jumbo Jar Plus One. So what I do for that is I have the people who want to go on a Jumbo Jar Plus One, I have them become customers with Synergy worldwide. Any of the people who call me from Canada, all my Canadian clients are all preferred customers. I give them no other option but the preferred customer program. Because one, I can't sell to them directly in Canada. And secondly, I don't want to ship to Canada. And third, I can't beat the price pointing that Synergy has on the 6 and 7 canister or box options that are available to them. Most of my Canadian customers opt for either 6 or 7. Now, I've taken a screenshot, and it's kind of hard to see my screenshot, but this is a screenshot for just the month of June. As you can see, the first thing I start off with is I always have my auto ship on the 2nd of the month. That way I can see everything going forward, because I'm at that threshold of 150 CV of volume. So anything that comes above that, I'm fully qualified to see all my commission structures come in. And that way I can see what's going on in my organization, and I can see what's happening. I had 2 spot orders, meaning that I ordered inventory because I had sold my jumbo jars and I needed to restock. So I had 2 spot orders so far for this month, 2 jumbo jars plus 1, and I have 7 retail orders. Now, I highlighted one of those retail orders that happened on the 15th of June. That person bought 3 jumbo jars plus 1. They live in Hawaii, and so about every 3rd month, they buy 3 of these. Now, that was 510 CV of volume. Just that one order. When I woke up that morning, because I always, one of the first things I do in the morning is I always go into my back office and I look to see what has happened in my back office in terms of my overall organization, the people that I've personally sponsored to see where they're at in elite qualifications, elite honors qualifications, and I look at my customer orders. That one customer order, because I got a 25% return, earned me $127.50. Now, so far for the month, if I total all the CV, I would be at 2,400 CV. Back out the 150 threshold, gives me 2,250 CV at a 25% return. So far for this month, I've earned $562.50 in elite rebates. Multiply that by 12. That's almost a $6,800 business, all being run on what? There are a total of 10 orders that have gone in through the month of June. 10 orders between my auto ship, which is a jumbo jar plus 1. I don't use that jumbo jar plus 1. I sell it. So I set my auto ship for a jumbo jar plus 1 so I can sell it and sell the box. So without looking at any additional net profit through the sale of boxes or canisters to any of my clients, just this one thing that I've set up where I've got my business structured to have people as preferred customers getting their orders directly from Synergy worldwide, just that one aspect creates for me almost $6,800 in business, over almost $600 a month in cash flow. Again, I have a business story that I can show people that if you want to use nitric oxide therapy as part of your business strategy, then I can help you understand how you can create net profits by moving your inventory, through creating interest, how to properly price point your inventory in front of a person so that your probability of a sale increases dramatically. And those are all discussions for a later time in terms of how to again be effective in doing this. So do I have any questions on the profits that you can obtain in Synergy Worldwide if you are looking at a nitric oxide therapy strategy? Anyone have any questions or comments?
Nothing for me, Dan. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Bob. So next week I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing, create profits through the microbiome strategy. Now, just as a side, right now we only have the Purify kit. I talked to Shane Greer on Monday of this week. My understanding from Shane is that in July, two things are going to happen. One, we're actually going to get a monthly program, meaning that they're going to give us a what is going to be positioned we've got the Purify, Fortify, and Protect, so that we're going to get a monthly Protect program. Products that people can use on a monthly basis. I don't know what the price point's going to be for that yet, but that will become part of your profit structure that I won't be able to show you next week, but understand it's coming in July. And then the other thing that's going to happen in July is we're going to be able to buy individually the component parts of the Purify program, meaning that we're going to be able to buy individually the Biome Shake. We're going to be able to buy individually the Biome Actives and the Body Prime and the Biome DTX. So all those things are going to become available to us in July on an individual a la carte basis. And my understanding is that most likely the Fortify program is going to be launched then in the first part of August because they want to kind of finish up with the beta group that's going on right now. So next week we're going to show you how you can create profits on the Purify program, microbiome research, and the profits, once the monthly program comes in place, will be even greater than what you're going to see on the Purify program, but that will happen next week. One final time, anyone have any questions or comments for me before we say goodbye for today?
Yeah, this is Homer. This is going to go out on Monday, so we can study this and make a better plan of what we're doing now.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that way you'll have, I'll put this into a PDF, plus you'll have the video, so you'll have a link to the PDF and the video and be able to use that to be able to understand how to put this into place for yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else from anyone? All right. Thank you for your questions. Enjoy your Saturday. We're going to have a lovely day here in Chicago. So thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.